Today we got another Rebirth gameplay breakdown for you. I do have the Renetti coming in here. There are a lot of people landing on top prison, which is something we've talked about, and that's how you can generally tell if it's in harder lobby or easier lobby. If you land at one of the highly contested spots like Kontrol, top prison, grandma's house, and there's a bunch of people there, then likely you are in a little bit of a sweatier lobby, and this ended up being like a 1.15 KD lobby, so it wasn't crazy, but it is kind of on the top end of a little bit above average. So right here, I end up taking a little bit too long to loot. I didn't end up getting a plate. I could have potentially used this stim. I end up picking up the plate here. Go ahead and go to plate, but I ended up getting caught there. I was just trying to reload my gun, and I end up in a bad spot. I could have probably stimmed, and I probably could have been able to do that. So you can see this popping up on the screen with the KDs of the players I'm running up against. So nothing spectacular, but I do end up running into somebody that has like a 3 KD multiple times, and I end up beating them every time. So we'll kind of see how this goes. I come back aggressively for the loadout. We go right in for it. I grab it. You can see the helicopters on the screen. Somebody just broke the glass, so I heard them underneath me. I jump down. I kind of like peek it. I end up taking this guy out, and there's still a lot going on the edge of the screen here. We have somebody over here down at Kontrol. I have my teammates moving across over here. You can see one's on the lower level, and then one's a little bit further away. They just got it down, and then I'm dealing with this. So this guy's kind of like going against my teammates, and then I'm kind of dealing with them. So normally the biggest difference is you're still going to be able to get higher kills in you know, and I say higher kills is anything like 15 plus. This one ends up being 16 kills. You can get higher kill games in sweatier lobbies. I'm not the best player, but generally the biggest difference is you will likely just die more. So on an average lobby, if I just play smart, I'll end up with like 10, 12 kills, 1, maybe 2 deaths. In this one, since it is a little bit sweatier, some of the pushes that I do make are a little bit bad, and that ends up putting me in a bad situation that allows me to die. But that's okay. You learn from those experiences. I'm coming up here. I end up third-partying this. I was kind of creeping up. The guy got stuck in a stim animation, rezzing his teammate. This guy's at 1.24 KD. But what I want to highlight here is this guy's going to die right here. He's downed. We're going to go ahead and take him out. But if we look at the mini map here, we can see their third teammate over here. This is trios, so we're only dealing with 3 players here. So I already know that this guy's going to be on this side of the map, and if he's an aggressive player to try and help out his team, he's going to be making a straight line this way. So I would expect him somewhere over here and holding that angle. He's kind of on the other side, so I still have a chance to get fully situated, make sure I get my throwing knives, and then I can make a push. So you can see it pulsed out. I go ahead and drop the prox mine. So in case somebody's coming up to flank me, I'll have that going off, and then I'll have picked up the throwing knives again. And you can see that somebody also is back in the sniper tower. He's not with them. So that's something I just got to be aware of as I push across. You can see this guy's movement still coming up in a very predictable way. And then I just catch him at the edge there, completely delete him. I get shot in the back from somebody who's sniping. That is the sniper tower. I'm keeping close to the edge. And you can see that there's 2 dots in front of me. This one and this one here. They're both fighting there, and one's about to disappear. So I'm essentially third-partying this. And unfortunately, this guy that is very good, he has like a 3.5 KD in the lobby. I end up taking him out just because it's a very off angle, and he was plating and caught mid-animation. So sometimes no matter how good you are, it doesn't matter. I'm destroying 99% of players in that situation. He has a 3.38 and then obviously a 4 in Rebirth because most people's stats in Rebirth are generally a little bit higher. So now you can see that there's something going on over here. Guys gliding in. There's a couple people at Kontrol. So this area is mostly clear. Unless people grab Ghost right off the bat, I'm usually in a decently good spot. Already have 6 kills. Lobby still has 27 people, or what, 26. I just call random precision there because I see so many dots. I see the helicopter flying over, and I end up getting a kill out of it. And it ended up being a team wipe. Unfortunately, whoever's in that building. Here's where I make a mistake on this push. So you're going to go ahead and see it. I end up spotting the guy. I thought there was only 2 in here, and there are. So I back off. I line up the shot. I come back. I end up spotting the other one. And this is what we talked about in the last video, is where you go and you strafe into the gunfight. So right here, you can see that I already line up this shot before I come up to strafe. And this guy's pre-aiming it, so maybe I could have done it a little bit faster. But you can see my dot, I'm aiming right here so that when I strafe, I'll be lined up with this doorway. We talked about this last time when I did it over at the building next door in prison. My aim was a little bit lower, so I had to make an adjustment. This one allowed me to strafe across, and I'm lined up with the target pretty much where they're at. He could have been a little bit higher on the stairs. I would have shot him in like the groin. Right here, it just works out that it's chest level. But that's kind of what happens. You just get in better habits. You work on certain things, and then you improve from that. Here's where I make the mistake. So I damaged the first guy. He ran up around here. I don't know if he's holding the angle, playing like whatever, but this guy's down. So now I'm in a 1v1 situation with the guy who has broken plates, and I'm only missing half a plate. Maybe I thought I had more damage done to me. I said, you know what? Let me go for a different angle here. I go up here, and I get bad timing. As I go into attack sprint up the stairs, you can hear the glass is broken behind me from a player that essentially jumps out and cuts across. So if I thirst this guy that I downed, I would have got the ping, and I would have known this guy was coming. It would have been a surprise. I'm coming up here. I do have one downed, and then the one is either in this little closet, or he's under the room to the left, or the room further left. So there's only 3 places. I'm full sending this, and another team and a separate team has a bounty on me. So I'm dealing with multiple things, but this overall, it wasn't a terrible push. But if I just push directly up the stairs in a 1v1, maybe they did have the third up there. I didn't know that information. There was a lot going on when I pulled off that, and I get instantly deleted by somebody who has like a 1 KD, slightly above average, with that 1.24 in regular battle royale and 1.09. So I get shot in the back there. This is the guy I killed that was rezzing his teammate up top. So these guys, if I go and wipe them right away, it's over, no big deal. But that's not what ended up happening. So my teammate gets a kill. I'm coming back. Right here, I make another mistake. So I'm telling you, like sometimes if you're slacking, you're going to make mistakes. And this is what happened. I kind of just hurried to the loadout. I got tunnel vision. I said, I'm going back to kill those guys. As soon as I land, there is somebody crossing here, and then they jump inside the heli. And then there's actually 2 people. So I actually land and just get instantly deleted, which is fine. These are what happens if you make stupid mistakes. You're going to die stupid deaths. So I come in, and by the time I recognize that somebody's there, it's too late. I'm already dead. Instantly deleted. We go ahead and come back again. And this time, I check the area. Nobody's there. My teammate just died. Somebody called in a cluster. And now I'm going to go ahead and push up. I probably could have walked past my body to try and get a plate. Unless they looted me. I didn't see any plates there. And then I'm pushing through here. Somebody called another cluster. And it was this guy behind me. A lot of people don't realize this, but when people call in clusters, while this red thing is on the screen, you have something on your screen. So this little red bar, while that's on your screen, somebody's visible up here. So since I'm on the base level, this guy's just kind of like right above the downslope of the land here. He's somewhere on this ridge, and you can see he was basically right there. So as long as this red thing's on the screen, look at your mini map. Somebody is calling it in. And they're giving away their position. The same thing happens when you pull out the combat bow. It marks where you are on the map. So be aware when you use those types of streaks, because you are giving away your position, even though maybe you don't expect to. So you got to be safe when you're using those things. So luckily it didn't matter. He's probably pushing towards us. No clue. We only got the 1 ping. I restocked my ammo. My teammate's dealing with stuff, and he's giving call outs like, hey, there's 2 above. I'm going aggressively to try and help out, because obviously if this guy, you know, is bad position. Again, I get caught in the stairs. I thought we were both pushing up. I end up shooting that guy. I get instantly deleted and thirst with the throwing knife by this guy who has a 2.2 in Rebirth. I don't know what he was doing, just standing still. But then my teammate ends up getting the kill. We get traded out. He's going to end up coming back for him. And by the time I come back, teammate stays alive, and we come back. So this is more an aggressive. I see my teammates right here. And then I also see there's another guy. So my teammate's right there. What I do is I run in, jump out. I do a little bit of damage. I broke that guy's plates. And then my teammate just kills them. So we end up trading it out. We're just trying to regain and then separate. Normally in a lot of the gameplays that I'll post, we're usually splitting off because we feel like, all right, cool. We've identified who the sweaty players are. We've eliminated them. Let's split off. If it's not sweaty, then you can do that. If it feels a little bit extra sweaty, get rid of those players. I go and peek, take that guy out, a little bit below average there. You can see all the little flame marks. There's one still down below. I'm peeking. I walked right past this guy. It didn't really matter. He wasn't self-reviving. But the guy I downed, he's right here. He's just right here. Just laying here, sitting here, chilling, crawling and not reviving. And I'm going to push aggressively to help out the teammate. He got it down. I got it down. And then now we can go ahead and push this together. So we push. I ended up getting nothing for that kill, even though it gives you a little down icon. If you do damage to someone, we both hit them, and then the teammate got him. So we end up getting a full team wipe. And pretty much, at this point, I feel like the best players in the lobby are gone, but that 3KD lobby guy, or that 3KD guy, still comes back. I go ahead and take this guy out. You can hear the audio. You can see it on the mini-map. I'm jumping down as that guy is up on the top. I reposition, getting fully plated. You can see the guy is out here. This is the 3KD player that smoked my teammate. And what I asked my teammate right here in this moment, the teammate didn't give me any comms. I said, all right, are they on the left or are they on the right? Because there is a huge difference. If I peek the left and they're on the right, I'm getting demolished. If they're on the left and I peek the right, I'm getting demolished. So they didn't give a good call out. I waited. And unfortunately, because of that, that person ended up thirsting my teammate. So you'll see how it plays out. So I take him out. He does like a little bunny hop. I thirst him out. His teammate's spawning in. I'm getting shot by somebody else. Looks like they're on top of the hill by headquarters. So I'm kind of blocking off that line of sight. And then I'm going to try and rotate to this far right side. I peek really quick just to get to a little bit better cover. Obviously, the zone's going to rotate in about 40 seconds. I'm peeking the right a little bit. I see the guy dropping in where my teammate is. My teammate gets in the gunfight. They end up getting downed. I'm trying to just preem the line of sight where the guy could come up. He ends up thirsting my teammate, which I know that now I'm pinged. There's a ping coming out of my character. So that guy's going to know exactly where I am and know exactly where to peek if they didn't know already. So I go and try and change the angle. They're assuming I'm probably going to hold that angle. I'm watching. I see the adjustment. I come out, take them out. And as I thirst this guy, I get crucial intel to know where his teammates are. That's why the throwing knives are so valuable on Rebirth. Obviously, they're valuable to thirst your kills on Caldera. But on Rebirth, this one literally saves my life. So we know that this guy's over here. We get the ping from killing his teammate, which is pretty visible right there. So we can go ahead and get this little ping here, and we get the ping here. This guy's above. So he's either in this window or he's on the roof. This guy's down low. So that means he has to be on the walkway over here right next to this little tent. Pretty straightforward intel. You just use that right away and you're good to go. So as soon as I acknowledge that, I peek to my right. I spot him. I start firing. I end up gunning them. Luckily, they're below average player. I mean, they only took off 2 plates, but luckily they're below average. So that's what happens. Then we have a below average player, an average player, and then we had an absolute demon, I believe. So I come over here to thirst this kill. And as I thirst this kill, it gives me another ping where my teammate is. I come down. This guy might be damaged or not. I have no clue. And then he does another bunny hop. I take him out. I end up winning the gunfight. He probably didn't even have his gun yet. I don't know. So I end up taking him out. I still have a dead silence. We're rocking with 3 versus 3. And I already know that I'm going for a flank here. Flanking is my favorite thing to do in Call of Duty multiplayer and anything in Warzone. Flanking is just so fun to do. When you come up a wrap around the unexpected route. Okay, now I know that this guy's on the roof because the ping is above. He jumped down. This guy comes through. He didn't hear me. And I'm up behind him the whole time. So it worked out. He gives a ping here. I'm going to go ahead and push where my teammate is. My teammate ends up losing that gunfight. I jump in. The guy goes for the thirst with the throwing knife. I take him out. And I wait because I want to give the opportunity for them to respawn. Because I want to try and get a couple extra kills. It's okay. You know, you got the last team. You feel like you have the power position. They're going to try and land on their loadout. You guys are all going to be alive. Cool. I'm willing to farm to get a couple extra kills. That's perfectly fine. I'm not like camping a loadout or anything. I know a lot of people got upset in the last video, but it's like, well, that's just one example. There's like several different ways to farm a team, and we've done it multiple times. So he ended up bleeding himself out. There's one guy left. We do have the contract there if we want to complete that. I was trying to ping the guy because then I would know exactly where he was. But he lands relatively easy over here where the UAV is. I'm not sure exactly where he went because the UAV vanished. I peek it. I saw his body at the edge there. So right here, you can see his arm sticking out or whatever, his gun. And then that allows me to, all right, let me challenge this aggressively. I know he doesn't have good guns. Like, I'm pretty confident because he just landed back. There's almost impossible. He would have to have God tier loot in that hut. So I come out. I don't do a full bunny hop or anything like that. I'm like, where the heck's the last one? And he bled out. That was it. The other guy probably got pulled from the match. Let me know if you'd like to see more of these down in the comment section. If there's specific areas you guys have questions about, let me know and we can go ahead and maybe cover those in a future episode. Appreciate all the support on this. Thank you for watching as always. Have a great day.